This is Hugues from ehiwebdesign.com. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to create a new post on your WordPress website. I'm going to use my own website just as a demonstration here. So imagine you're on the front end of your site, logged into WordPress. You would go on, you click on New and New Post. This will open the standard WordPress editor, which you will soon become familiar with. Thing to note on the editor, there's a little toggle switch here, and sometimes when you load the page, the toggle switch will be off, in which case you have less options. So toggle that on and you'll have all the options available to you. And you have a couple of tabs, visual and text. You would work in visual if you're typing yourself, but if you're copy pasting from another piece of software, you would usually go into text first. That is to avoid any Word document formatting, for instance, to be carried over and giving you funny results. So as you type a post, you would type the title. This title of this post is how is a WordPress website built? Since I've already got some text I'm pasting from somewhere else, so I'm just going to paste my text in here. And you can see this is completely unstyled text because I've copy pasted it from somewhere else. If I now go into the visual tab, there's my text in here. I'm going to put capital T there. So for instance, I wanted this to be a bit of a title. I would simply highlight this and I can format this here. So I say, okay, I want this to be a heading 2. When I train you when I produce your site, I will show you how the headings work, but essentially different levels of heading tend to be different sizes, heading 2 being below heading 1. This, for instance, I might make, actually what I'll do before I do that is I will go back to paragraph. I will show you what it looks like with no formatting. So if I preview this, clicking on the preview button opens another link, and you can see it's just a bunch of text, which isn't great. So we're going to give it a bit of style. I'm going to click this, make that maybe an H2, make this little one here maybe an H4. I might also put I don't know, maybe bullet points here. So let's go like this. You can see here bulleted list, add a bulleted list. I might then bold that and bold that and bold this like this. I've got another title here that corresponds to this one, so I'm going to make it the same size. And voila, if I just go and preview that now, you'll see it's changed a little bit. Just wait for the page to load. And that's it, the page is in. You can see now there's a title here, subtitle, bit of bold, so it's looking a little bit better. Let's go back to my add a new post. So that's essentially where you would play with the text content, copy pasting it, typing it straight in. I won't show you necessarily everything, but there's a bunch of options in here. There's a block quote, for instance. So if this was somebody having said something, or you want to make this stand out, you might go, let's have that as a block quote. This will all have been formatted for you by me when I've built your site. So all the formatting is here already. You just add the content. So if I preview this now, you will see that block quote should appear as soon as it's ready. And there you go. There's the block quote I've added here. So this is how you can add a bit of variety without going through the page builder, which is really for more complex static page designs. You can do quite a lot on posts. So once you've got your text in here, there's a few things that you can do. This visibility is set to public. It's set to draft because I haven't published it yet. Once I hit the publish button, it will go live on the site. You can decide to publish it now or to publish it in the future or in the past. If you do it in the past, it will change its position on the site. If you do it in the future, it will only appear at the date you've set, which can be quite useful if you're going to be away and you want something to appear on your website whilst you're away. Usually you would allocate a category to a post. This is so that it can be properly categorized and people can access it. This is good if you've got multiple posts. So say I'm going to add this one to the WordPress category. I've already set up the category, but if I wanted to add a new one, I would simply do this and add a category. Tags, I use them on some sites, not on others. Another way to categorize posts. And then featured image, which will put an image above the post and we'll put it on the list of posts as well. So if I set my featured image, assuming I've already loaded the image on WordPress, obviously, it takes me to my image library and say, I know this one will work. I'm going to use this image. which is about the right size for this particular blog. Again, I would have shown you which image sizes would work for you. Set the featured image, you'll see it here. And if I now go and preview that post, you will see that it should have a featured image appeared between above the title. And again, the way your site is built will dictate where it appears, but on this particular site, it appears above the title and will also appear on the blog page above the summary of that post. And that's pretty much all there is to it. If there's a different short text called an excerpt, which appears on the blog list, then you would set it there too. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I go to the blog page here, you can see here I've got the title and just the category and the date. The reason I've put categories on posts is if somebody's interested in a post you put together and they want to see more of the same thing, they can click on the category here, say it's WordPress training, and it will give them a list of all the posts in there. And the excerpt is this little bit of text in here. Typically WordPress will pick up the first few characters of a post text to appear as a summary, but I don't tend to use that very much because it might not actually be very relevant. So what you can do if you want this little text to appear at the bottom of your post, say I wanted this exact text to appear, if I go back to the post I'm editing at the moment, I would just go down on here, here's the excerpt, and I would simply put it there. And that's the little bit of text that would appear on the summary of your post. So this is a very brief overview of how easy it is to create a new post on WordPress. It's not meant as an extensive piece of training, but hopefully it will give you a good view that the post system combined with the page builder for the static pages gives you a site which is very flexible to update and very easy to maintain. And that's it for me for now. Thank you.